Just want to announce, obviously, Top Rank is really pleased to show this is an illustration. Jose Ramirez has renewed his wonderful marriage with Top Rank, and this is another example of us taking a kid who was a young kid from Fresno, coming out of the Olympics and getting his dreams come true. And congratulations, his terrific manager, his family, his team, on extending our relationship, multi-year, multi-millions dollars, and just another chapter for us and a great, great success story for all of us in boxing. So I'd like to congratulate Jose and his team and the great job. Rick has been instrumental in helping us navigate the waters of boxing and building an attraction. And if Rick has anything to say or Jose has anything to say, I'd just say it's an honor. It's an honor to sit next to somebody and start that chapter with them and to be at this point of his career. And I'll never forget, and I say this all the time, Rick said to me when we first signed, he goes, "We'll never, ever leave you." He says, we are so loyal, we'll never leave you. And I said, if we do our job together, I promise you it'll be successful. So thank you and congratulations to both of them and from all of us at Top Rank. Rick, why don't you say a couple words?
This was obviously a huge decision for Jose. One of the biggest in his career so far. And we took 6 to 7 months to discuss this with the Top Rank staff, and it came down to Top Rank delivered. When we walked in the door, our biggest factor in signing was the development of Jose Ramirez and the building into a champion, which Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman lived up to. They matched him at the right time, developed him at the right time, and he got there. And the second part of the equation was working with us to develop boxing in the Central Valley, of which Top Rank enabled us to do 12 fights in the Central Valley area, eclipsing 10,000 plus people in each fight and building a market. Those factors were very important to Jose overall. And dealing with Top Rank was a pleasure. Their general counsel over the past 5 or 6 months, Todd, Mr. Aram, and we're happy to be here. And the icing on the cake was the February 1st date that Todd got us. To me, that's the biggest in the sport, the most eyeballs. Every TV and every bar, every airport, it's on everywhere. So we were very, very grateful for that date, and it plays into everything as well. And I think Jose's here to be a franchise fighter now, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I would like to thank my family, God, and the sport of boxing for all these beautiful blessings. To be able to sign with a great promotional company like Top Rank with Mr. Aram and Todd, and all the staff that have worked really hard to build me as the fighter I am now. And I feel like I haven't even reached my peak. So I'm so hungry to continue learning and growing and being a part of such a big promotional company and being a part of the big fights. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm thankful for this. So that's all I gotta say.
It reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember, but Don King years ago, he used to have if you called his office probably 10 years ago, he'd put you on hold. You'd say, is Don there? They go, hold on a second. And they had music playing in the background. And it reminds me of like Jose. And the song was, ain't no stopping us now, right? And it's so true. Dan remembers it. You remember it. It's like this. With these young kids, it's like, it is so exciting, and that to see them mature. And when he says, I feel like I haven't even hit my peak, it's like, ain't no stopping us now. So it's congratulations. And, everybody at Top Rank and everybody that put a lot of, elbow grease into that, and the matchmakers and the social teams and the council and the PR and everybody from making the travel, and you're all part of the family, but it's so great to see when all pieces of this come together and we see success. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Dan, how is it you don't have a question, but you call me 15 times a day with a question? It's a multi-year, multi-fight a year agreement and multi-millions.
Jose, how
Yeah, if I would have to choose, which I feel like my goal is to really make the statement at becoming the best 140. And there's another guy out there with 2 belts, so definitely I want to come across him. I want to come across him and definitely make that statement to see who's the best 140. And a lot of boxing fans, or sometimes in boxing, they mistake a fighter by one fight. They define a fighter by one fight, and either a loss or a win. They make that mistake on defining a fighter by that one loss. See, I'm not afraid to take that loss. I'm not afraid to come across adversity. I feel like I prepare myself to come across adversity, so I'm ready to face the best fighters out there. And I want to come across Josh Taylor because I want to prove to myself, that I'm the best 140. Because right now opinions don't mean nothing, until you have the 4 belts. That speaks for itself. So that's my goal, is to become the 140 undisputed champion and definitely move to 147. And if Terrence Crawford is there as a champion, I'm definitely going after those belts too.
So you have your fight with Postol as your mandatory for the WBC. You win that fight. If I'm not mistaken, you have your other mandatory against Canada, which they also you know, let this one go first. So the plan, I think you guys mentioned the plan to take Postol for your sake, you're successful, and you have the mandatory, and then see you get Taylor, or try to take Taylor in between.
If it was up to me, I'll take Taylor. I'll take Taylor right after the fight. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that all happens when timing happens, right? Let's get past Postol. It's a terrific fight, and obviously there's another mandatory there. Obviously, if a Taylor fight was there, we could sit down and have conversations with everybody, leave the opportunity. But yes, the correct by the rule is the WBO has a mandatory, and a mandatory challenge must occur. Listen, our conversations that we're having with people out in the space, including the organizations of what they're going to do, is really not for the. I don't know exactly what it is, and people may be having conversations, and I don't want to relay something out there to the whole world that may be true or not true. But we all know the way the boxing works, and we all know the way the system is. If something significant happens, you come to the table and you try to get everybody to the table. So I don't want to say we are open to a bunch of situations. And he wants Taylor, and if Taylor wants him, and Catterall says, I want to be on the undercard. We've seen that a gazillion times. So we'll cross that bridge when they get there. But the best case scenario, meaning to help. Well, I don't even know that. I want to say this. We've established, and we have established that internally, and we've established it with the ESPN. There is no class system, all right? So we don't want anybody saying, like HBO and HBO After Dark was a class system. Showtime Championship Boxing and ShowBox is a class system. There is no class system at all. These are seamless platforms. So I don't believe there's anything better or worse. I think it's different, right? I think it's a different way. I think the Plus universe, the amount of promotion that you get on the linear stuff when you're on Plus, and they're driving the awareness to get to the app, and the younger users that are using it on their phone has a lot of benefits. To be on linear the Saturday before a Super Bowl also has incredible amount of benefits, and we try to balance those. So there is no one is better than the other. They're seamless, and we'll work together as a team and with ESPN on which of those platforms we go to.
And to further that question, I'd like to see an ESPN pay-per-view fight late this upcoming 2020 or maybe the start of 2021. So definitely seeing one of those fights happen, I think, will be a reality given the level and the opponents that are coming up.
Obviously, a fight with Josh will make you a superstar. Will get you real close to doing that. Do you want to fight him in London, or where it doesn't really matter?
Like I said, I never been a fighter who worries about those things. I just need a ring. You saw me go to Texas and fight in Hooker's backyard. So I'm not. It doesn't matter to me, man. I would love to fight in London. I would love to fight in the States. It's all about growing, you know, and pushing yourself to the limit and growing as a fighter in fights like that. You know, you really don't lose. You know, all you do is you grow more experience. You become more recognized, and that's what I sign up for. I sign up to fight the best. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever, you know, top rank and whatever makes sense at the time. Percents, you know. But right now, it's outside the best. You know, I have Viktor Postol right, you know, in front of me, so I have to go through that fight first, and I'm taking that fight very seriously.
Hold on a sec. We're going to wrap this up because we're running on some satellite time. We're backed up against this, so I appreciate the question. And by the way, he's fighting in China next, which is as far out as way more far out than London, so the location doesn't matter. But just want to appreciate everybody for showing up. We're wrapping up because we have some satellite time and another show. Free to ask all of us questions. Thanks for coming, and a big congratulations to these two dynamite guys. They did a good job.